Welcome back to the channel, Lovely Life Mallorca. I'm Andrew and today's Sunday, it's my day off. So I thought I'd come down to Palmanova and make a little film and bring you lot with me. Well, we're right at the top of town and it's this beautiful free car park. As you hear, parking now is a terrible issue, obviously because of the holiday makers. So when you've found somewhere, as I've said to you so many times, find a parking space and park as soon as you can, and then it takes the headache away from the day. So it's a beautiful sunny day. We've had a little drop of rain already, but now the rain's gone and the sun's arrived. So without further ado, let's start the walk. So from leaving the car park behind, you can come on this path. If you go behind me, you end up at Magaluf. But this way here takes you to the top of town. And then we can have a look at the beach, the shops. Just have a look. There's no rush today. It's ended up to be a lovely day, as I'm saying. So let's just have a look to see what's about. So just to give you some idea where I'm parked. There I am, right behind those trees. Just says, come down the motorway. You take the first turn in just before you get to this roundabout on the right hand side. Takes you into the car park. It's a fair old sized car park. There's a little cafe in there. And this is just where we're going to start a little walk just here. You go down towards the beach just to see where we end up. God, just as I was driving here a little while ago, it absolutely poured hard. And I was wondering if it was going to rain for a while, but good job I persevered because the sun's come out and these rains, the pavement's all starting to dry up now. And it's like we never had any rain at all now, isn't it? So saying this Sunday, it's the 14th of May. And it's just coming up to 12 o'clock now. Many of the restaurants are just starting to be open now. The holiday makers will be out enjoying themselves with a bit of luck. The sand will be drying up from the rain we had a few minutes ago. God, last time I was here, a couple of months ago or so, there was hardly anybody around. Nice to see a lot of people coming down actually. Getting the pirate ship. It's really good for the children, isn't it, to have a little play. They've got a stag do down there. Really, it's a place to be round here, you know, if you've got some group of youngsters, for a better word, you know, it really is a magical holiday for all ages, really. And even in the winter time, it's still fairly busy down here. The winters can be really nice and pleasant down here. Let's go and have a look, see what's further down. I'm in my shorts today, so I'm going to have a little paddle. It really is a lovely beach in the Palmanova beach. Got lots of cafe, restaurants and shops around here as well. They cater for every taste, should I say. If you're on an Indian or on a local cuisine, if you're on English, traditional English pine chips or something like that, you'll find everything around here for your taste. Doesn't that look really inviting? Let's go and have a little paddle. God, I can't believe how lovely this water is. It's a little bit fresh, should I say, but it's definitely not cold. It's just lovely to see people in here. There's people swimming, people paddling, playing. There's people everywhere taking photos. Instagram's a big thing now, isn't it? If you are enjoying this film, please don't forget, I'd love you to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget my website, Instagram, TikTok and all that, all under Lovely Life Mallorca. I really love making the films and sharing all with you, you know, it really is It's so special to know how much I'm appreciated by all the comments and everything. I think it's so special that so many people love watching them. You really, so many people sunbathing, but even though it doesn't feel red hot, you've got to make sure you've got sun cream on because you can burn very quickly. I've seen a lot of red people around. I just love looking at the different colours of the sea. I'm so lucky to be able to experience all this, you know. And if you want to do water sports, have them all here, you know. The inflatables. You can hire these little cars here to go in the sea. You can do the banana boats, all that sort of thing. Everything's round here for when you want to use it. And when you want to walk on a little bit further, you've got several ways you can walk towards Magaluf. You can either take these stairs just round here, these steps, take you right round the front of the hotel. As a gorgeous walk, takes you to McDonald's. That's the way I'm going to go in a second. Or you could take the main road round and go round there. But as I said, I'm going to take the steps way. That is a lovely walk round there. Just up there. And don't forget to rinse your feet. So I'm going to walk up the steps now and take you around the front. Have a look at this lovely view as we go around. It's lovely, isn't it? The sea is so clear around here. Spectacular views, aren't there? It's just perfect here to take your dog. This is a dog-friendly beach just here. So many different ways to go. And if you do one of the boat excursions here, this is a pier where you walk off and meet the boat down the end. And these are the steps going back down now towards the beach again. There's just over there, just in front of us, there's McDonald's if you fancy something to eat or you fancy a drink. But there's plenty of cafe, bars, restaurants and so on along the actual front itself. They're everywhere. Up the steps then, and the McDonald's is just there. Or you can keep on walking around the pavement. You can go on the beach, continue walking around there. Another little alley takes you around the front of the hotels, near enough to San Baptiste Beach. It really is a beautiful way round here, beautiful area. Well worth really closely investigating, if you know what I mean by that. So what I've done, I've left McDonald's, turned right and headed back to where we started the film from, just by the Heart, which is just up there. I'm now going to cross the road here and have a look at some of the restaurants and see how busy they are. It's 12:30, so it's a good handful of people in having drinks and snacks. So Ferguson style hotel here. This opens winters, well, it has been recently. As I said, Palmanova is ever so nice in the winter. It really still quite nice weather, and it's still reasonably busy. A lot of these shops are open and the restaurants in the winter. You will not go hungry or thirsty if you come here out of season. Watch out for the menu today, the special offers on the food. You get 3 courses for €13. That's sort of you've really got to watch what's for sale, as it were, food wise. There's a lot of very good specials. Of course, at the moment we're lunchtime. Come the evening time, this place will be completely filled up with people eating, drinking. Down here, this is where you'll find Golf Fantasia, which is like a crazy golf area, which is really nice. We take people here when they come to see us on holiday. I always recommend it here. If you're down here, it's lovely. If you come here, you don't fancy a game, but the other family do, you can just sit in the bar and have a drink. But this is here, there's 3 different holes, 3 different sets, 18 holes, 36 and a 54 hole. Well, this is it here. It's a huge place. It really is great fun. As I said, I do recommend that people do come here when they're in the area. It's good for a laugh. It doesn't matter if you're 6 or 60, it's still a great laugh. I'm just leaving the golf place behind me, back towards the main road again and the beach, and plenty more cafes to look at. Last time I was here, it was just opening about 2 months ago, but it's definitely noticed a huge difference since I've been here. A lot more people, a lot of atmosphere here. It really is lovely to see it return to what it was like before that dreaded word, COVID. It's just 1:30 now, and the cafes, restaurants are getting a lot busier now. We're having to queue for tables, which is really good to see. Places start to do well when it's so early in the season. I can only guess what the season's going to be like this year, and it's going to be very, very busy. Very good for everyone. If you're staying around here, either Magaluf or Palmanova, and you fancy sort of doing something different apart from sitting on the beach or walking around the shops, don't forget we've got a big handout of things to do around here. We've got the crazy golf you just saw a minute ago. You've got the water park, got go-karts, got Kathmandu, which is like a 4D cinema. We've got there's loads of stuff to do for the day. And then during the evening times, then we've got the Pirates, which just sets up the road. They've got 3 shows in the Pirates. They've got the normal family show, then they've got the adult one, Reloaded, which is just for adults, and then they've got the Ringo Bingo, as they call it, and that is sort of like bingo and turns into a big nightclub when somebody wins the house or whatever. So there is really an awful lot to do here, apart from just the drinking scene. And of course the drinking scene in Magaluf is still huge, but it's not as huge as it was a few years ago. So if you fail to break your sunglasses or whatever, you've got plenty of places along here to buy them. Some are designer, some are pretending to be designer, if you know what I mean. And if you do fancy a little excursion, you've got plenty of excursion places down here. If it's marine land you want, Kathmandu, a water park, crazy golf we were talking about a few minutes ago, jet skis. There's so much to do. Quad bikes, there's loads to do here. If you haven't seen much, I've got a load of it actually in videos of things to do on the island. And it doesn't matter where you are, there's beaches right across the road. If you fancy a game, cricket or whatever, Just have a little volleyball, that sort of thing. Everything's here. And you've got a lovely shaded area under these trees. You often see children's birthday parties round here. The parents bring down a pasting table with food in the shade. Children are playing in the sea. Adults are eating and drinking until they're merry. Everyone's happy. And on the beach, you've got lots of these beach bars as well. If you fancy little refreshments, got tourist information there as well. You want your sports? Plenty of sports bars around as well, watching your football, different things. Plenty of tourist shops as well. There's something for everyone just round here. And if you do fancy a proper English breakfast, there's loads of cafes around that can serve it for you. A lot of these places down this end are open in the winter months as well. We often go and get something to eat in there when I'm down filming in the winter. Now we're getting closer to the Magaluf end. You see a lot more bars around here than restaurants, as it were. So if you fancy going to Magaluf from here, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can go round the main road round there, or walking back on myself a little bit, I can either take a right hand side here, which goes past more cafes and shops and things, or just down there a little bit further, there is the little path that goes around the front of the hotels where you can still see the sea where you are. But whichever of these two paths you choose, it all links up to the Promenade beach. So I'm going to take this way here past the cafes and things, see how busy these are at the moment. Here we are, this is the middle of May, as I was saying, and already it's getting quite busy, isn't it, to a degree? But give it another couple of months to July, that sort of time, then it will be absolutely mobbed here. During the winter months, all of these shops and cafes up this street are all closed. But as I said, in the winter, you wouldn't go hungry or thirsty, because there are a good handful of shops that are still open to buy food and drink from. Little children's play areas just here. In the proper summer months, you find a few children's rides around here, bouncy castle and that sort of thing just round here. And if you are coming here on holiday and you do find it a job walking, you can hire mobility scooters, wheelchairs and all that sort of thing to help you on your journey, as it were. I can keep on walking around. There's a couple more little spa shops and tourist shops and things, or you can cut through this little alleyway just here, which takes you straight down to Promenade beach, and it really is a beautiful little beach just here. As you can see here, the path is flat, so it's ideal for bringing a wheelchair or pram or something round here, that sort of thing. And if I'd walked on the little path, as I said, you'd end up coming down there. And you can see all round the sea, the rocks and everything, as you're walking around. It's a lovely little walk. It's ever so busy, isn't it? It really is. But I've taken my sandals off again. I'm going in for another little paddle. This sand here, it's beautiful and warm. It's incredible to think that earlier on this morning we had rain. This is absolutely lovely, and seeing people play in the sea. It's just so busy here. I know it's going to get a lot busier, but this is just pleasant without being too busy at the moment, if you know what I mean. It's Still plenty of room on the beach to sit down if you don't want to sit with people. There's lots and lots of sun lounges as well. You can walk right round the corner there to the hotel, which is right down the end. You'll pass a handful of restaurants going down. There's a lovely view down the end there. You see all round Palmanova again. It's a lovely place, to be honest. It really is a lovely place. And if you are in a wheelchair, you can still have a little swim. They take you out of the wheelchairs, put you in these little chair things here and take you down to the sea edge and lower you in for a little dip. They've got excellent service to get you to the beach, as you can see by the chap there in the scooter. So you can really appreciate everything the island has to offer, everyone's thought of. Along here you'll find loads of restaurants and things, just along here. This is this little puddle of water here to wash your feet so you can come out. And you know, it's this water, it's just like bath water. It's absolutely gorgeous, so warm. And so then you've got this path that goes across here. Lots of restaurants up here to choose from. It's nice to have a little walk before after your meal in the darkness. It's lovely in the dark, got little lights that shine on along here, some music playing in the restaurants. It's a different feel at night, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to walk through the playing ground now and head back towards the main area, Palmanova, where I'll be finishing the film at the Santander. I normally say when I get to the Santander, that is really the end of Palmanova and the beginning of Magaluf. It's a lovely little park this, isn't it? Lots of shaded areas here, which is really nice. And just here you'll find another load of shops and cafes and restaurants as we approach the Santander. Palmanova is a huge place, isn't it? So behind me, this is Santander. This is what I always called the end of Palmanova and the beginning of Magaluf. So I hope you enjoyed today's film. If you did, I'd love you big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget Facebook page, Lovely Life Mallorca. Catch you soon, guys. Thanks and goodbye.